After waiting 30 plus years to play Ashes of Creation, we finally got in this past October. And now it's that time for phase one to say goodbye. But this begs the question, with the ups and downs that we had over these past 2 months, was the Ashes of Creation Alpha 2 Phase 1 successful, or was it a flop? All right, man. So first things first, we're able to play the game.
Look around you. Look at this. We created this. This didn't exist before we were here. Look around at the square. I promise you right now, we did this. Doesn't matter what anybody says.
We literally, that's the end of the video right there. We are able to play the game. Some people have been waiting since the Kickstarter to play. Some people have been waiting to play Ashes of Creation since they found out about it at PAX East. And then most of us are here because of the one and only Lazy Peon, right? That video that he dropped back in 2020. Genuinely the most exciting upcoming MMORPG, Ashes of Creation. And honestly, that was the first time that I heard about Ashes of Creation. It's crazy because I remember where I was. I was a baby at the time. I was 26 years old. And now I'm becoming an old man like all of the other creators in this space because I just turned 30. It took me 4 years from finding out about this game to actually being able to play it again. Because I did play Alpha 1, to be fair. But this point is much bigger than we're giving it credit for. Listen to what I'm saying. We can play Ashes of Creation. Now you might be like, Q, well, duh, the game was eventually gonna come out. That's why it's huge. Bro, how many people did you personally alone tell about Ashes of Creation and then your homies were like, it's another MMO scam? Oh my gosh, I can't tell you how many times I heard this in just the 2 years that I've been creating content for Ashes of Creation. And I will say, those comments have pretty much disappeared. Now, of course, the goalpost is gonna continue to shift because it's, oh, well, the game's still gonna come out when you're a great grandfather, ha 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 ha. But that's besides the point. We are able to play Ashes of Creation. We are currently sitting in the process of where a lot of people said this game wouldn't go. And that's huge when you consider what it actually took to get here. How many of you were there late 2022, sometime 2023, watching the live streams, thinking to yourself, you're like, oh, nah, we'll get the Alpha 2 soon, surely. And it just never came. Bro, it never came around. Although Alpha 2 took a little longer than expected to get here, you know what we're never waiting on? The updates, dog. They dropped these updates so quick. They dropped an update while I'm working on this video right now. I'm not even lying to you. I'm gonna come right out the gate and tell you right now, I have no idea how they do this. Now, obviously, this is their job, and sure, I am surprised when people are good at their job in 2024, but we get these updates so quick, it's not even funny. The only thing that I'm waiting for them to fix is what Steven had said back in the Bard showcase. He had said something about gifting $4 million on stream. Now, I don't know why he said he would want to come to my stream and do that. I mean, that is a really big issue that I've been waiting personally for like 30 years to be fixed. So I know they'll come through with their word on that. All jokes aside, man, some of the issues that we were facing, we were getting fixed within 24 hours. The next day, they were moving. And I think this actually does more for them than it does bad. Obviously, your community is gonna know that you care about the game by the actions that you're taking. And through this entire phase one, correct me if I'm wrong, if you have been following Ashes of Creation, but there was not one moment during this 2-month period where they dropped the ball with the updates. They dropped them consistently, even when the player base fell off, right? As we're gearing up for phase 2, they are still dropping updates. And as a player, I don't think we can help but respect that. I really want to give a huge heartfelt shout out to my guy Planedorf too. So there are a lot of devs that have stopped by other streams, that have made comments on other YouTubers videos. I completely get that. I'm just familiar with my guy Planedorf the most, and yo, it's just so dope to actually feel heard. I've had people reach out to me and be like, yo Q, like Planedorf came by my stream, or Planedorf made a comment on my video, and yada yada yada. That's really cool, right? These are MMO players. No one has ever listened to them ever in their life. This is exactly why they have to accomplish so many things in the game so they can tell other people what they're doing wrong. I digress, but seriously, my guy Planetdorf, man, you represent Intrepid very well, and we appreciate you. Stuff like that, that's what brings the community together. Speaking of bringing the community together, man, we were brought together for that week 1 testing. Am I right? Because the queues, no one can get in the game. Just me. Tough crowd.
Oh, brother, this guy stinks!
Stability was the main thing that Intrepid wanted to test for phase 1, and I think they did a great job, to be honest with you. Now, that's not to say that they are without fault. There are still a lot of things that need to be worked on. Most recently, we had the duping issue. We've also had some issues with mass PvP going on. And if you remember, during week 1 of Alpha 2 testing, we had the infinity queue issue, which was just horrendous. We were in queues for hours. I myself was in queue for 5.5 hours, couldn't even get in. I remember thinking as well, because I played the pre-Alpha 2 test, that it might not be as smooth as we thought it was going to be, because there were a lot of issues that weren't known at the time, but were known to the pre-Alpha 2 testers. So during week 1 of testing, when we had that infinite queue, it's like, dude, this is not the start that we want. But the crazy thing is, once we got to week 2, week 3, week 4, we literally got those night and day changes. Honestly, week 2 was completely different from week 1, and I myself was shocked because I got in with no issue. I thought I was going to be in a queue for a hot minute, but that's not how it turned out. And again, this goes back to Intrepid's character. Look at how fast they actually went to work on these things. So the stability in itself has shown much improvement. Just in that area alone, we've gotten updates to the gameplay, to performance. So we are living that stability test right now, and I would say they did a phenomenal job on it. In all seriousness, considering where we came from week 1 to now, I would say this has been a very smooth alpha. Yeah, we've had some of the issues, we've had downtimes, but this is part of it. But for the most part, it's gone according to plan. And lastly, and I know it's gonna sound stupid to a lot of y'all, but yo, people enjoyed the game. I saw people saying that this alpha is better than some of the MMOs that are out right now. Now, I don't know if I would take it that far, but I wouldn't doubt it at the same time. Yeah, we know what to test, we know we're supposed to be reporting bugs, but people are here because they want this game to be what they want it to be. They want it to be what Steven has said it's going to be. And that's what we enjoy about it. Even with the minimal systems that we have right now, we are having fun. And it's insane to me that they aren't even system complete at the moment. So how could a game that we've been waiting for years to launch in an alpha state be a fail if we're enjoying it? I know, again, I told you it's gonna sound corny, but it's the whole, well, if you spent 1,000,000 hours playing a game and you have fun, you didn't waste your time. Now, I'd argue that you probably wasted a few hours, but yeah, you still had fun, and that accounts for a lot. So how much more are we going to enjoy the game during phase 2? When now, sure, the servers aren't going to be up 24/7, but 5+ days is actually insane. We're also getting the rogue, we're getting a new dungeon, and I think this is where we really wanted to be a few months ago. I know a lot of people were arguing that phase 3 seemed like the true Alpha 2 release, but in my personal opinion, I thought that was phase 2, and I was basing that off of how much we'd be able to play. Even with the player numbers dipping off a bit towards the end of phase 1, I still am having fun. Genuinely, I've been waiting so long for the game to come out, so why wouldn't I put my all into it? This is where I want to be. So I'm really looking forward to phase 2. I really want to see what the rogue is like. I want to see that new dungeon. I went there the other day on stream and they blocked it off by force field. Even my bard couldn't gravity jump over it, so that's whack. Let me in. I don't know why you guys are blocking me off. That's not okay. But all jokes aside, man, what did you guys think about phase 1? Do you think it was a success, or do you think it was a failure? let your boy know in the comment section below. And yo, onward to phase 2. If you're looking for a community to join, feel free to join my Discord. If you're looking for a guild, come apply to Memorandum, all right? And yo, I'll talk to you guys soon. Take care.